Salam and good evening, my friends. Welcome to Agrabah, city of mystery, home to Aladdin and Jasmine, and the finest merchandise this side of the Jordan. All of it's up for auction tonight, so you need to start bidding. Look at this. I've never seen one of these intact before. It's the Dead Sea Tupperware. Yep, still good. But wait, there's more. I can see that you are interested in the exceptionally rare. You would be most rewarded by spending this evening with us. Do not be fooled by the commonplace appearances, for it is not what is outside that matters, but for what is inside is what really counts. For this is no ordinary school. This is Central Catholic High School. Welcome to Saints Alive 2021. Arabian Nights, for the treasure lies within. Every year we take an opportunity for a specific project through our Fund to Need program. Let's find out more about that right now.
All right, let's run it again.
Man, where are we?
I don't know, but it's getting dark out here.
Dylan!
Oh! Cut! Why are the lights still on?
I'm giving it all I got. The lights won't dim.
This is a horror play. It cannot be light all the time.
Is that better?
A living nightmare.
We can't see anything up here.
Oh, we can just use Dylan's cell phone for light.
It's not my fault this board is older than the building.
I heard it had cobwebs on it when we moved it from Trinity.
That's why it won't connect to any of our software computers.
Whenever I use it, another part dies.
I think it's haunted.
Well, then it belongs in a casket.
Saints Alive, help us!
There is no saint alive.
There is no saint alive.
But there is an event called Saints Alive. And my guess is if you ask those attending to the event, if they've ever sat in this auditorium, they would definitely say yes.
Do you think that would help us?
Help keep our auditorium alive. This space serves a multitude of purposes. If your affinity happens to be our faith and formation, well, this is where we hold our monthly school masses for all of our students. If your affinity is athletics, well, our Saints Hall of Fame induction ceremony happens here, as well as collegiate signings for our seniors. If your affinity happens to be the arts, well, whether it's choir, band, musicals, or even our fall play, that happens right here in our auditorium. If you're a future Saints parent, well, a lot of our partner schools hold events here, as well as other community events. And this is your opportunity to support this space. Help us to repair and replace our soundboard, help us to replace out our curtains, and potentially other projects to help out our auditorium. No matter where you are, you can put in a contribution through the mobile bidding app. If you're in the audience tonight at Saints Alive, well, get ready to hold up those bidder numbers. Let's go. Now let's hear from Saints alum John Carter as he shares with us a little bit more about tonight's Jack Lewis Jewelers Champagne Raffle jewelry piece.
Hey everybody, it's John Carter from Jack Lewis Jewelers, and I wanted to congratulate Central Catholic on another amazing Saints Alive. We've been a part of this event for a really long time, and it's so awesome to see it continue and all of you supporting it. I'm really sad to not be there tonight to see my friend Dan Zare get the Alumni Achievement Award. Dan and I were at Central Catholic together. Dan, I've known him almost my whole life, and he was that kid at Central Catholic that we all want our children to be. He was a mentor, a big brother, and a friend. And as I tell him all the time, of all the people that I know that live their dreams, Dan Zare, you live your dream, buddy, and I'm really proud of you, and this is so well deserved. So thank you, Central Catholic, for honoring Dan. I can't be there, but I have a really good excuse that I think Dan would agree with, is that I'm at actually Disney this week. So I'll be there, and I actually texted him earlier this week to get some tips and some tricks, and thanks, Dan, for that. We're going to have a great time, but we'll be thinking of you down there. So thank you, everybody. I wanted to mention the champagne raffle tonight. If you buy 3 tickets for $25, you're entered in a chance to win this amazing Montana Sapphire. It has this really cool blue color that reminded me of the theme of Arabian Nights. It's this kind of teal, kind of a mystic blue, little bit of purple in it. It's a 1.67 carat, and it's $3,200. So make sure to buy those tickets. Toast Central Catholic, toast Saints Alive, toast my buddy Dan Zare. And, I wouldn't own my business. I wouldn't own Jack Lewis Jewelers or even have a career. I told you this story last year, so I won't bore you with it again. But I started at Jack Lewis Jewelers when I was in high school, when I was a student at Central Catholic, and slowly worked my way up through the ranks and bought the store. But I was specifically hired because I was a Central Catholic student. So thank you to the faculty there. That's meant so much to me. It's meant so much to my family. We still choose Catholic schools in my own family. My 10-year-old and 4-year-old are at Epiphany and will someday be at Central Catholic. So continue to support Central, continue to support our Catholic education. Buy those champagne raffle tickets, and thank you, everybody. Go Saints.
If you're at home right now, make sure that you're putting in those silent auction bids. Don't forget to put in for our Fund to Need to keep our auditorium alive. Get your champagne raffle tickets. We're going to be having that raffle drawing here at the end of the night. Thanks again for joining us. Tonight's John R. Snyder Saintly Service Award goes to Dr. Mary Ryder. Let's hear from her now.
I am a substitute teacher at Central Catholic High School. I came to that in a rather unusual way. I had taken early retirement from my academic position at South Dakota State University and came home to stay with my mother, who was aging. She turned 90 that year. And I thought, okay, I can't stay out of a classroom. So I signed up to be a substitute teacher. And I've subbed in several schools, local high schools only. And one day, on an absolute whim, I drove into Central Catholic, walked into the office and said to T. Nussbaum, I said, do you ever need substitute teachers? She said, oh, yes, we do. I choose to continue my work at Central Catholic over the other schools in the area. Not that the other schools are not doing a good job. Indeed, they are as well. But Central's the smallest high school. And the sense of knowing the students in more ways than one, not just having them in a class one day and they're gone. When I come back, I see the same faces. I see the same families, the brothers and sisters coming through. I also find that the curriculum there, to me, is very solid. They send a lot of students off to very competitive colleges. Their curriculum is doing the right thing, in my opinion, and I'm pretty much a traditionalist when it comes to education. But I don't see many fluff courses out at Central Catholic. And the expectations are that the students will study and they will do their work. The other thing that keeps me there, and admittedly I am not Roman Catholic, but my students have a faith-centered existence and a faith-centered life. It changes students. Their faith-centeredness is attitudinal in the way they interact with among themselves and with their teachers, but it also shows up in their learning. They are service committed, and of course the school itself reinforces that. Service projects are up front. The value system is strong, and I can see that in the way they generally respond to each other and to their faculty. So I keep coming back. They just can't get rid of me. Well, I've got a phone call from Kevin Cook from the high school, and he told me that I had been named the recipient of the Snyder Saintly Service Award to Central Catholic High School. And I said, what? Literally, that's what I said, what? I'm just your sub. He said, no, Mary, you do other things for us. And I said, well, I am surprised. I am shocked. I am very honored. I am so humbled. I was like, I said to him, are you sure you want to do this? And he said, yes. And that my immediate reaction was, why me? I mean, I'm not out there every day. And I thought, my goodness, there have to be people equally or far more deserving than I. But I am absolutely thrilled that I think this is my 10th year subbing for them. It doesn't seem that long, but when some of my students tell me when I taught them, I'm like, okay, it's been 10 years. I'm just absolutely delighted and pleased. I think that what I have done is minimal maybe, but I hope it's had an impact. And so I'm looking forward to the event, and I hope that they are happy with their choice. Let's put it that way.
Congratulations, Dr. Ryder, and thank you for the passion that you bring to Central Catholic High School and to all of our Saints families. Thanks in advance for supporting this year's Fund a Need to keep the auditorium alive. Make sure you make your contributions through the mobile bidding site, or you can always send a check in to Central Catholic High School. Thank you for your support on our Fund a Need for 2021. Tonight's Alumni Achievement Recognition goes to Dan Zier, class of 91. Let's hear from Dan right now.
Hi, I'm Dan Zier, class of 1991, proud graduate of Central Catholic. I am a high school English teacher at Washington Community High School, just celebrating my 15th year in the beginning of my 16th year at the high school. And I also am a podcaster and an influencer for Star Wars and Lucasfilm. Well, one of the great things about Central is, of course, that it's a Catholic education. I learned so much about church history, about the Bible, about morality, about my faith, because that was a core class. So I went to Illinois State University. I got a degree in English because I was always told, find your passion and you find your job. But when I graduated from ISU, I didn't want to be a teacher. I honestly thought it was going to be too much writing, which is very ironic considering what I do now. At one point, I was at Epiphany, because I go to Epiphany, or I went to Epiphany when I lived in Bloomington, and Eric Powell, Father Powell, said, I'm starting a program called Life Teen, and it's going to bring teens closer to Christ. And I promise you, when he said that, I felt like I had fireworks in my body. I had that moment. And after one meeting, I thought, one day a week is not enough to work with teenagers, to help them be the best version of themselves, to quote Matthew Kelly. So what I did was I went back to school for 2.5 years to be an educator. I got my second bachelor's degree in English education. A couple of years later, I got a master's degree in teaching and learning. So when I first started at Washington Community High School, I commuted from Bloomington. It was about a 45-minute drive, and I discovered podcasts. Podcasts had just kind of started to become their own thing. It was like a radio program that you had control over the topics and what and when you listen to them. So I thought, this is what I need to do. I'm going to start a podcast, but I'm going to make it about Star Wars. Well, Star Wars is the great American mythology. So the first time I saw Star Wars was at a drive-in movie theater. I saw it under the stars, Star Wars Under the Stars, and it took me away. I mean, the entire thing has captivated me since I first saw it. So my friend Corey Clubb and I create this show. The first time that we recorded, it took us 23 hours to record 20 minutes, but I took to social media. I eventually got the attention of Lucasfilm because they knew that I used Star Wars as text in my classroom. That led to me writing for StarWars.com, where I became a featured blogger there, and then eventually I started writing books for Disney and Lucasfilm, and it's all just kind of built together. I've been lucky to fly all around the world to cover theme park openings like Galaxy's Edge, to go to movie premieres where I've met George Lucas, I've met Carrie Fisher, I got to spend time with Harrison Ford, and all of these things happened because I followed my dreams and followed my passions, and by the way, didn't apologize for who I was. When I got the call that I was going to receive this award, I was absolutely floored. And one of the first things I thought was, my mom, who is a Central Catholic alum, she's going to be really excited about this as well. There are countless alumni, countless graduates of Central Catholic High School that have done so many incredible things in their lives, and the fact that I was selected really blew me away. I mean, I was so humbled. I mean, the first thing I said to him was, God is good. I mean, what an incredible blessing that it took this shy kid who was insecure and scared of his own shadow, who grew up to believe in himself and believe that there are things that you or any of us can do to help people find their path, to help people find their potential. And if I can have any kind of a mark and inspire any of my students or my family to do just that, that would be great. So the fact that I was chosen when Central Catholic could have picked anybody is just an incredible blessing to me. I still can't believe it.
Congratulations, Dan, and thanks for all you do for students in Washington and for our entire Central Illinois community, as well as the the galaxy far, far away. Once again, thank you for joining us for Saints Alive 2021. The treasure lies within in our Arabian Nights theme. Good night, God bless you, and go Saints!